सत्र जालो तो संवसारीक बाल साहित्य ह्या विशयाचेर. आता दुसरें सत्र जाता भुरग्यां भितर वाचन संस्कृती कशी रुजोवची, म्हळ्यार इनकल्केटिंग रिडींग हॅबीट अमॉंग्स चिल्ड्रन. ह्या विशयाचेर आमकां मार्गदर्शक म्हूण लाभल्यात नामनेचे लेखक भौमानेस्त दत्त नायक, तशेंच प्रथम बुक्सचे CEO भौमानेस्त हिमांशू गिरी आनी डहाणूच्या टेम्ब्रेन ट्रीच्यो मिशेल चावला. हांव सगळ्यान पयलीं विनंती करता नामनेच्यो लेखिका आनी बाल साहित्यीक मीना काकोडकार हांचे कडेन तांणी मानेस्तांक घेवन माचयेर येवचें. हांव मिनाताईक विनंती करता ताणें आमच्या मानेस्तांक पुस्तकां भेटोवन येवकार दिवचो. सगळ्यान पयलीं भौमानेस्त दत्ता नायक. ताळयो मारपाक मातशी आमी कंजूसी करूंक ना जाल्यार बरें म्हाका दिसता. मागीर हिमांशू गिरी हांकां पुस्तकां भेटोवची. तशेंच मिशेल चावला हांकांय पुस्तकां दिवन येवकार दिवचो. देव बरें करूं मिनाताई. सगळ्यान पयलीं तुमकां आमच्या मानेस्तांची थोडक्यान वळख करून दिता. पयले वक्ते आसात भौमानेस्त दत्ता नायक. हे लेखक, समाज कार्यकर्ते, बाल साहित्यीक, उद्देजक, तशेंच तांकां साहित्य अकादमीचो पुरस्कार फावो जाला. कोंकणी, मराठी आनी इंग्लीश ह्या भासांनी ते बरयतात. भुरग्यांक सोंपे आनी सुटसुटीत अशे भाशेन कळटा अशी पुस्तकां तांणी बरयल्यात. दुसरे वक्ते आसात भौमानेस्त हिमांशू गिरी. ते प्रथम बुक्साचे CEO. प्रथम बुक्स हाची तुमकां सकाळच्या सत्राक वळख जाल्लीच आसा. प्रथम बुक्स भुरग्यांक पुस्तकां मेळची, बाल साहित्य मेळचें हाच्या खातीर प्रथम बुक्साची स्थापना जाल्ली. ताचे ते CEO. शिक्षणीक प्रकाशनाच्या क्षेत्रांत तांकां सुमार 2 दशकांचो अणभव आसा. तिसरी आमची मानेस्त आसा भौमानेस्त मिशेल चावला. त्यो महाराष्ट्रांतल्या डहाणू ह्या आदिवासी गांवांत तांणी थंय वचून वर्ली ट्रायबच्या भुरग्यां खातीर टेम्ब्रेन ट्री ही आगळी वेगळी शाळा सुरू केली. तांची स्वताची भुरगीं ह्या शाळेन वतात. त्यो शेतकार, शिक्षक. तंत्रगिन्यानाचो वापर करून तांणी एक स्वतंत्र ई-लायब्ररी सुरू केल्या. ह्या तिनूय मानेस्तांक येवकार. सगळ्यान पयलीं हांव विनंती करता भौमानेस्त दत्ता नायक हांकां तांणी आपले विचार मांडचे.
मातशे वेले मानेस्त भावांनो आनी भयणीनो, वाचपाची संवय उणें जाल्या अशें आमी समजतात. पूण म्हाका दिसता हो भ्रम, इट इज अ मिथ. आय डोंट थिंक रिडींग हॅबीट हॅज गॉन डावन. हांव जेन्ना पळय देश परदेशांत वता तेन्ना सगळ्या बूक स्टॉलांक विजीट करता आनी थंय इतली गर्दी म्हाका दिश्टी पडटा जाणट्यांची, भुरग्यांची. तेन्ना आय थिंक इट्स अ मिथ दॅट रिडींग हॅबीट हॅज गॉन डावन. वॉट हॅज हॅपन्ड, द ऑथर्स, हांव इंग्लीश आनी कोंकणी अशी मिक्स उलयतां, ते थोड्यांक इंग्लीश कळना. वॉट हॅज हॅपन्ड इज good writers that write good books, number of such good writers have gone down, or good books, number of good books have gone down. जे बरे बरोवपी आनी बरी पुस्तकां कमी उणें जाल्यात अशें म्हाका दिसता. आतां बरी पुस्तकां खंयचीं जीं खपतात, आतां एट द कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल्फ मॉडेस्टी हांवें म्हजी कांय पुस्तकां खपलीं, कांय पुस्तकां खपलीं ना. जी खपली ती कित्याक खपली? कित्याक हांव एक व्यापारी, आय एम ए ट्रेडर ऑर अ बिजनसमॅन, एंटरप्रिनर. अनकॉमन वेल्थ हें म्हजें पुस्तक भुरग्यां खातीर खूब खपलें. 4 एडिशन खपली, किंवा आत्मदिपो भव हें खूब खपलें. ताजे वयल्यान हांवें कांय सुत्रां खंयचीं पुस्तकां खपतात आनी खंयचीं पुस्तकां भुरग्यांक आवडटात. अशें म्हणटात, देर इज अ लॉ इन अबाउट बुक्स की जी पुस्तकां लेखक बरयता अशें ठरयता तातूंतलीं 50% पुस्तकां, 50% ही कॅन रायट, 50% are published, 50% are sold, and 50% you can understand. 50% खपतात आणि 50% कितें म्हणटी कळटा. दिस इज द लॉ. म्हणजे 50% पुस्तकां कित्याक खपतात ताजें कारण हांव तुमकां सांगता. एक म्हणजे पुस्तकां ही दिस इज द टायम नॉट अ 5-day टेस्ट. This is the time of one day match. 50-50, not 50-50, 20-20. It's a deep chai or instant coffee. 20 minutes, not 20 minutes, 2 minutes noodle. हमको fast जाय, time ना हमका. So पुस्तक हे brief ल्हान आसपा जाय. According to me, पुस्तक हे 80 पानाचें किंवा 100 पानाचें आसपा जाय. स्पेशली भुरग्यां खातीर आसल्यार, इवन जाणट्यां खातीर रणांगण ही म्हजी आवडटी कादंबरी. ऑफकोर्स एटलास श्राग किंवा फावंटन हेड किंवा वॉर अँड पीस ह्यो महाकादंबऱ्यो आसात. पूण कादंबऱ्यो सुद्दां ल्हान बरोवपाच्यो जाता. हाजी देख म्हणजे द ओल्ड मॅन इन द सी किंवा रणांगण, बनगरवाडी अश्यो ल्हान कादंबऱ्यो. सो पुस्तकां ही ल्हान आसपा जाय. भुरग्यां खातीर आशिल्लीं पुस्तकां तर सामकी ल्हान अशी 80 पानांची 100 पानांची आसपा जाय. तातूंतलीं सेंटेन्सां वाक्यां लुसीड आसपा जाय, सोंपी, भाशेची शैली सोंपी, ओगवती, सुबोध आसपा जाय. आनी स्टायल कशी, एक राजा आशिल्लो न्ही, एक होता राजा, म्हणजे क्रियापद कर्ता कशें गुणोवपा जाता. एक होता राजा कशें गुणोवपा जाता. आनी स्टायल कशी आसपा जाय की तुवें बरयल्या काणी अशें दिसपा जायना, तूं उलयता अशें दिसपा जाय. जसो हांव तुमचे कडेन उलयतां, भाशण सुद्दां हांव भाशण करता अशें तुमकां दिसपा जायना, हांव तुमचे कडेन संभाशण करता अशें दिसपा जाय. तशेंच पुस्तक हें तुमी वाचता अशें दिसपा जायना. पुस्तक लेखक तुमचे कडेन उलयता, एज इफ आय एम कॉन्वर्सिंग विथ द रीडर. दॅट शूड बी द स्टायल. चॅप्टर शूड बी ब्रीफ and the price should be not more than 100. The affordability of the book is also key of success. Simplicity. दुसरें illustrations, graphic वेगवेगळी कवर बरें आसपा जाय, सुंदर कवर आसपा जाय, ब्लर बरें आसपा जाय, फाटलें मलपृश्ठ, आनी मदीं मदीं चित्रां आसपा जाय, एट्रॅक्टीव. ऑफकोर्स चित्रांनी कॉस्ट वाडटा, पूण तातूंतले तातूंत बरी चित्रां आसपा जाय. दुसरें, पुस्तकां सजेस्टिविटी आसपा जाय आनी तातूंतल्यान ताका भुरग्यांक विज्युअलायज करपाक एक स्कोप आसपा जाय. हांव एक तुमकां कोंकणींतली एक कविता दितां, मनोहर बाबाची, आनी तातूंतल्यान तुमकां एक उदाहरण देख दितां की हडवो ताल्ल बेबो शेतां मेरेन उबो, मागीर काळो किट्ट कावळो, धवो फुल्ल बुकी आनी तांबडो गुल्ल कोंबलो, तशे 4 येतात. आनी 4 येतकीर भुरगीं विज्युअलायज करतात. तो बेबो, कोंबडो, कावळो आनी तो बुकी. म्हणजे हे विज्युअलायज करपाचो स्कोप आसपा जाय. दुसरें, आमच्यात 5 सेन्सीस आसात मनशाक. एक पळोवपाची, एक टेस्ट, स्मेल, टच करपाची आनी आयकुपाची. ह्या 5 सेन्सांक अपील आसपा जाय. म्हणजे रंग, ह्या आतां कवितेंत सगळे रंग आसात, ते रंग आसपा जाय. तांबडो, पांचवो, फुलपाखरां, रेनबो, स्नो पिक्ड व्हायट, अशे सगळे तरेचे रंग आसपा जाय. टेस्ट, खीर, पायस, ईदाची बिर्याणी, अशे वेगवेगळे पदार्थ आसपा जाय, प्रात आसपा जाय, वेगवेगळे वास तातूंत आसपा जाय. फुलाचो वास आनी कसलो वास, वेगवेगळे वास तातूंत आसपा जाय. मागीर सावंड आसपा जाय. तर त्या कवितेंत सावंड आसा. माजर म्याव म्याव करता, कुत्रो भूक भूक करता, कोकोच को करता, सगळे आवाज आसपा जाय आनी टच आसपा जाय, म्हणजे रेंवेचो. मागीर एका हाजो, आय होप यू अंडरस्टँड पार्टली कोंकणी ऑर ये. सो अपील टू ऑल 5 सेन्सीस. पर्सोनिफिकेशन ऑफ एनिमल्स अँड ट्रीज, म्हणजे जनावरां उलोवपा जाय. जनावर हें एक मनीसच अशें दिसपा जाय भुरग्यांक, किंवा एक वाल, किंवा एक समज झाड. हें झाड दिसपा जायना. ते म्हजे जंगल स्कुलांत सगळीं जनावरां बी उलयतात, तांची फ्रेंड जातात. पर्सोनिफिकेशन ऑफ द एनिमल्स, ट्री, हें दीस इज ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टंट. मागीर भुरग्यांक कितें आवडटा? भुरग्यांक आवडटा फंटसी, मॅजिशियन्स, विचीस, मागीर हे घोस्ट, फेरीज उडटात, उडपी कार्पेटी, आनी हें जाता म्हणून हॅरी पॉटर आवडटा तांकां, टार्झन आवडटा, रॉबिन्सन क्रुझो आवडटा. हें सगळी फंटासी, अद्भुतीकरण जाका म्हणटात तें तांकां आवडटा. तशेंच तांकां सस्पेन्स आवडटा, तांकां ह्युमर आवडटा, विनोद आवडटा. भुरगीं तुमी केन्ना सामकीं हांसतात तीं आवडटा. तांचे दोळे पळयल्यात हांसतना, ते सस्पेन्स आवडटा तांकां, ह्युमर आवडटा. तांकां सेरेंडिपिटी आवडटा. मदींच सेरेंडिपिटी म्हणजे कितें, एकदम टर्न घेता स्टोरी, तें आवडटा तांकां. तांकां शोकरसी आवडटा. एकदम कितें तरी कोणा तरी मरण येता पुस्तकां, तेंय तांकां. रडपांत सुद्दां तांकां आनंद मेळटा. पुस्तकांतल्यान कितें जावपा जाय भुरग्यांच्या? एंटरटेनमेंट आनी एज्युकेशन दोनूय जावपा जाय. तांकां आनंद मेळपा जाय आनी तांकां शिक्षण मेळपा जाय. तांकां व्हॅल्यूज मेळपा जाय आनी त्यो सटली मेळपा जाय. आतां सिवीक म्हणून, नागरी शास्त्र म्हणून एक सब्जेक्ट आसता आमच्या हातूंत. तातूंतल्यान कितें डायरेक्ट तुका व्हॅल्यूज मेळटात. अशें करात, तशें करात, तशें करात. गोश्टींतल्यान सटली हळूच मेळटा तुका, शुगर कोटेड मेळटा. एन रँडान एकदां म्हणलां की मशीन इज ए कंडेन्स्ड ह्युमन इंटेलिजन्स. वॉट इज स्टोरी? स्टोरी इज ए कंडेन्स्ड कम्युनिटी इंटेलिजन्स और कम्युनिटी नॉलेज. एक कथा, एक फोकटेल म्हणजे कितलेशाच वर्सांचें परंपरागत शाणपण आसता. अशी एक मागीर हांव एक फोक स्टोरी तुमकां सांगता टायम आसल्यार. म्हणटकर आतां हांव तुमकां एक ल्हानशी एक भुताची एक स्टोरी सांगता. ल्हान एकदां एक स्पर्धा जाली की जात तितल्या कमी शब्दांत, उणे शब्दांत एक घोस्ट स्टोरी. आय विल टेल इट इन इंग्लीश. मिनिमम वर्ड्स you have to write a ghost story. So one author won that prize. The story was thus. In a railway compartment, 2 persons were traveling. It was dusk and the train was entering the tunnel. So one person asked the other person, I don't believe in ghosts. Do you? The other person said, yes, and he disappeared. So this kind of stories, minimum words, but it is a so I don't believe in ghosts either, but I have recently written a ghost story just to entertain, and I have put a footnote that I don't believe in ghosts. म्हणजे घोस्टाचेर, भुतांचेर विश्वास दवरपा जाय अशें ना, पूण भूतकथा बरोवपाक जाता. आतां म्हजे निमाण्या हातूंत कशी ही वाचन संस्कृती हें करपा जाता? अकॉर्डिंग टू मी, आमची जी मायभास आसा, इन केस ऑफ गोवा कोंकणी, इन केस ऑफ महाराष्ट्रा मराठी, कन्नडा इन हें, ती अकॉर्डिंग टू मी फ्रॉम 1st to 12th इट हॅज टू बी कंपल्सरी. त्या शिवाय तुका साहित्याची आवड लागना. दुसरें, आनी एक हांवें इंग्लंडा पळयलां, ज्या कडेन म्हज्यो भाचो भाची आशिल्ली. एक दुसरें ते कितें करतात, एवरी सब्जेक्ट पिरियड, supposing school starts at 8 o'clock, closes at 1. First period is mathematics. Usually period kitlo asta 45 minutes. cut 5 minutes from every period. And that 5 minutes make a period of reading period. 5 मिनटाचो एक रिडींग पिरियड करप एवरी डे आनी ताका लायब्ररींतलीं पुस्तकां वाचपा दिवप. आनी कितें करप, वॉट शूड बी डन, आमी गोंयांत एक 100 पुस्तकांचें एक कीट करपा जाय. ही फ्रॉम 1st to 12th एवरी स्टुडंट शूड रीड दीस 100 बुक्स. कोंकणी, मराठी, हिंदी आनी इंग्लीश ही शणै गोंयबाब पसून साने गुरुजी पसून जर हेमिंग्वे ऑर ऑल ही 12वी पर्यंत ही 100 पुस्तकां तुवें वाचपाकच जाय इन दॅट रिडींग पिरियड. अँड एवरी इयर देर इज अ कॉम्पिटिशन, द बूक आय रेड द बूक आय लायक द मोस्ट, अँड इन दॅट एसे यू हॅव टू रायट की जी पुस्तकां आपल्याक आवडूना पूण आपणें वाचल्या असो तो एसे बरोवपा जाय. दीस इज द वन वे टू इनक्रीज द रिडींग हॅबीट. आता book is your best friend, especially when you are lonely. Sometimes in senior citizen, one spouse expires, you are lonely. You have in life many a times you feel lonely, and it is said outside of a dog, a book is man's best friend, and inside of a dog it is too dark. And as you read in the भुरगेपणांत जेन्ना पळय तुमी वाचतात तेन्ना हळू तुमकां एडल्ट पुस्तकां वाचपाची म्हणजे सिरियस पुस्तकां वाचपाची आवड लागता. शेवटी तुमकां एक कथा सरीत सागर म्हूण गुणाध्यान एक पयशाची भाशेंत एक ही रोट द स्टोरीज आनी ताजी एक ल्हानशी कथा सांगता आनी म्हजें भाशण सोंपयता. आनी त्या कथेचो डबल मिनींग कसो जाता तें तुमकां तातूंतल्यान कळटलें. तुम्ही अहिल्याची कथा तुम्ही जाणा, गौतम ऋषी आणि तो राम कसो येता ती स्टोरी तुम्ही जाणा. आता पैशाची भाशेन गुणाध्यान ही कथा कशी बरयल्या ती तुम्ही पळया. तो गौतम ऋषी नदीचेर गेल्लो आसता स्नान संध्याक करपाक आनी अहल्या आपल्या आश्रमात आसता आनी इंद्र आयिल्लो आसता आनी इंद्राक अहल्येन आपयल्लो आसता आनी तिजेर ताणें बलात्कार करून आशिल्लो आसता. इंद्राक अहल्येन स्वता आपयल्लो आसता आनी इंद्रा कडेन ती शरीर संबंद घेता आश्रमांत. अशे वेळार गौतम ऋषी येता आनी ताका भितर कितें तरी चलना अशें आवाज येता. तेन्ना तो विचारता भितर कितें चलना, कसलो आवाज. ती म्हणटा संस्कृतांत किंवा म्हणजे पैशाची भाशेन जवळ जवळ संस्कृता लागीं मज्जारा. ताजो एक अर्थ असो जाता की तें माजराचो आवाज. पूण ताजो दुसरो अर्थ जाता वो म्हजो जार, मत जाराहा, वो म्हजो जार, वो म्हजो प्रियकर, वो म्हजो जार म्हणजे तुमी जाणात प्रियकर अशा अर्थान ती सरळ ताका सांगता तुमचें जाय तें कर. म्हणजे असो व्यर्थी अर्थान ती कथा सोंपता. अशे तरेच्यो कथा भारतीय साहित्यांत त्या काळात जाल्या. आज जर ती बरयल्यो ताजेर या पद्मावती भशेन किंवा न्यूड किंवा सॅक्सी दुर्गा ताजेर बंदी येतली. त्या काळात अश्यो बोल्ड कथा बरयल्ल्यो आसात. म्हणजे एक कथा जर वाचत सबंद समाज कथा हे समाजाचो एक आरसो आसता आनी त्या कथेंतल्यान तुका इट इज एक दस्तऐवज तो कथेंतल्यान त्या समाजाचें अंतरंग दिश्टी पडटा. म्हणून कथा इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट, रिडींग इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट. म्हणून शिक्षकांनी चड करून आनी दुसरें म्हाका एकच विचार हांव तुमचे कडेन मांडटा की लँग्वेज जशी इम्पॉर्टंट. हांवें खूबदां कित्याक हांव एक शाळेच्या वेवस्थापना कडेन हांव संबंदीत हांवें पळयलां की लँग्वेज टिचींग स्कील इज नॉट there in teachers. With due respect to all the teachers in the auditorium, हांव एक अशें विधान मोठ्या जबाबदारीन करता की भुरगीं ढ नासतात, टिचर्स ढ आसतात. हें मोठ्या जबाबदारीन हांव करता की टिचराक कशें शिकोवचें हें खूब वेळार कळना आनी मोरसो ती मॅथमॅटिक्स शिकयतात, इतिहास शिकयतात, पूण लँग्वेजीस कश्यो शिकोवप त्यो तांकां कळना. लँग्वेजीस ती इतिहासा भशेन शिकयतात. म्हजो रूपगर्विता पॅरीस हो एक धडो 8वेक काय 9वेक आशिल्लो काय आसा. तातूंत एक वाक्य आसा की प्रत्येक फ्रेंच मनीस वो आयफेल टॉवरा भशेन जावपाक सोदता. शॅम्पेनाचे बूच वयर उडटा तें फ्रेंच मनशाक आवडटा, कित्याक साहित्यांत खेळांत तो वयर हातूंत जी साहित्यीक जी पळय सौंदर्य आसा तें सांगना. ते इतिहासा भशेन पॅरिसांतल्यान खंयची न्हंय व्हांवता, सेन न्हंय व्हांवता, हो इतिहास जालो. हे पॅरीस खंयच्या देशाची राजधानी, फ्रेंच देशाची राजधानी. हे प्रश्न विचारप न्ही. ह्या दोन वाक्यांनी जे साहित्यीक सौंदर्य आसा तें शिकोवप कशें, हें स्कील शिक्षकांनी मदीं खेळोवपाची गरज आसा. आनी ती गरज आमकां त्या खातीर शिक्षकांक ट्रेन आमकां करचें पडटलें, जाल्यारच ती साहित्यीक गोडी भुरग्यां मदीं लागतली. आय होप आय हॅव सो इतलें सांगून हांव तुमकां सगळ्यांक जय हिंद म्हणटा.
देव बरें करूं दत्ताबाब. Next, I would like to request our next speaker, Mr. Himanshu Giri, to kindly share his experiences and views on this topic.
There's been a lot of discussion around, reading, inculcating, and how and what should be produced. So I think if I have to take you back from the days of independence, I don't know how many of us know here, how many languages were available in our country. And since Datta sir talked a lot about language, I'll try and start with language and importance of language, which helps in inculcating reading habits. So we were a country with about 2,600 plus languages at the time of our independence. And I think as of today, we're left with about 700 plus languages, which includes local dialects. And I think inculcating reading habit really has a direct, so to say, interference, from the point that we really impose upon our children what should be read, rather than looking at the demand side of it, that what would they like to read, which really interests, and on the top of it, the language of comfort in which they want to read. I will talk to you about the journey of Pratham Books, how it was formed, and we were set up in 2004 with the work of Pratham, who's the main body organization. And the reason was that you've created a non-reader into a reader. When you created a non-reader to a reader, you really need lot of reading material in the comfort language of the child. And in 2004, when this exercise was done for over 10 years, we realized that there was not enough content available for children in their own mother tongue, which is where Pratham Books was born as an organization. And as you may see, we had a mandate to put a book in every child's hand, which is a very, very, very big ask. I think now that's working. So that was the vision with which we started our journey in 2004. And while I'll talk about the various ways in which we've tried establishing connect with the community, with the schools, with the libraries, with the governments, with the different innovative forms of taking stories to children to help them build, interest. Like I said, we are a not-for-profit children's publisher and probably one of the largest in the country. And our objectives are to create really affordable, good quality, local language, multilingual content, joyful, engaging. I think we've been using all these words since morning. So what really excites and engages, which is colorful, which is interactive. And the second objective is to provide that content in a lot of innovative ways. Especially we all live in the technology era. We all know that we have over 1 billion mobile connections in our country today. How do you leverage technology? I think, if I take you to our journey of 13 years, 12 years rather, about a year back, we did some rejigging. So we worked basically with the print stream model, which is the very old model in publishing, and we still continue to believe in print, but we feel that technology has a lot to contribute to us. So we have till now done about 350 unique titles in about 20 print languages. These languages include tribal languages, local dialects, mainstream Indian regional languages. We've distributed over 30 million reading resources in 30 years across India to organizations. We work with very fine, thin, subsidized pricing models with maintaining high quality from rupees 4 to 40, which is a very, very economical model in our country today. And we happily claim that our books have reached to over 50 million children. But as you may see on the right side, the universe in our country is about 300 million children in the age bracket of 0 to 15 years. Until our 5-7 years of journey, initially since 2004, we were able to reach to about 5 million children. And we had a target to put a book in every child's hand, which is 350 million children. So certainly we had to rejig our thoughts, think about how do we leverage technology and see how can we really scale. So with this, we actually came to a lot of innovative ways in which a book can reach a child's hand. And let me tell you, at this point, we are a purely non-academic children's publisher. So we don't really produce a curriculum-based books, but our books are getting used across the country as supplementary readers. So we do talk about pollution, environment, math, science, technology, everything. But everything is possible to be taught through stories. You don't really have to follow the conventional chapter book models nowadays. If you really look at this book, you see a various version. The book can be available in print. The book is available as a digital book. The book is available as an audio visual story, as an audio story. The book can be sourced as a library in a classroom model. The book can be sourced as a crowdfunding model. So I'll just take you very quickly through these models. How do they really help the books to reach to that last mile child and generates the interest? So we launched about 2 years back a platform called Storyweaver. In the pre-lunch session, our friends from Konkani Bhasha Mandal spoke about it. Some authors spoke about it. I think this is a revolutionary model we developed with our journey of 2009, where we stopped and we said that we really wanted to look at possibly increasing access to disseminating the content to that last mile child. We started open licensing our books. If the audience here understands, open licensing is giving away rights and giving away the royalty models, which is very, very unconventional in the publishing industry or the fraternity. My friends in publishing really envy us because we are a very different model. It is tough because if you look at it from an author and an illustrator or the creator's point of view, nobody wants to give away the rights because it's the bread and butter to them. But I think we really made some hard decisions. We had to really make people understand about our model, and we got our very first set of open license book, which we started uploading onto a free platform called Creative Commons. This was in 2009. And when we uploaded our books under a license called CC BY, we are all aware about the Google search engines. But I don't know how many of you have really gone down and seen that Google search runs on a platform which is under the open license CC BY, which is why it allows you to do anything out of the search engine by giving the credit. So similarly, we chose that model in 2009 and uploaded some 20 books. You won't believe, in 60 days, 20 books became 80 books. We uploaded in 5 languages, they became 20 languages. We uploaded on one platform, but it got downloaded in 70 countries. So people are allowed to remix, retranslate, repurpose, and resell, do anything with the content with the attribution to the source. So that really gave birth to this platform called Storyweaver, which we worked on it for about last 3-4 years, and it's been 2 years that we've launched this platform. Like I said, you can read books for free on the platform. You can create books which no platform in the world gives you. You can translate. You can translate in your own language on the platform. You can re-level if there are language teachers here. If you want to make simple text complex and a complex simple, you could do that. You could download and print, and it's all open, like I said. I want to give you an example. When 2 years back we launched this platform, we uploaded 800 books in 21 languages, and if you go onto the platform, Storyweaver today, you will see it hosts about 6,000 books in 103 languages. And 103 languages across the globe, Indian local dialects. So when I'm saying Indian local dialects, I'm talking about languages like Bhuti, Konkani, Kora, Santhali, Kui, Juang, Sora, Munda, Malayalam, Punjabi, Urdu, everything. And of course, KBM, Konkani Bhasha Mandal, has been kind enough to come on the platform, and they have translated about 100+ books. So you can read Konkani books onto the platform for free. You can download it for free. We've had a 2 million readership on the platform as of now, and we have over 400,000 users. So I think if you really go back and see, that's the power of technology. It's not that we are a print publisher and it's nowhere cannibalizing into our sales. I come from a very corporate 2 decades of experience. I understand what it takes to really offer something for free and offer something for a low price. Believe me, it has not hurt our distribution, our running model. So both can run in parallel. People who want to access it for free, access it for free. People who can afford to buy, afford it. And with respect to a classroom library, we've evolved this model where we have seen that libraries are, I don't know, I mean, I've visited many, many hundred libraries across India in the government and private schools. Unfortunately, many libraries are closed, and they are in the backyard. They don't really get that attention in the school, and I think precisely with the fear that the books will get lost, books will get damaged, books never get to be opened from the almirahs. That's the reality, that's the truth. And I want to share an example I experienced in Leh and Ladakh. I saw in a government school there were 2 libraries. So there was one was a government library and the other was this library, which they said that we don't use because you have to account for it. This we use because this we don't have to account for. So books can get damaged here, books can get flicked here, anything can happen to books here. So we open this and don't open the other. So I think the day has come that we really go back and open our almirahs back and allow access to children if we are really talking about inculcating reading habits. There is a platform we developed which is called Donate a Book, and to the teachers I would really urge, they must make note of this. It's a platform that you can raise a free physical library by going to the platform. It uses crowdfunding model, and as you may see, we have distributed over 100,000 books to 250 organizations pan-India without having them spend even a single penny. So you can source, and I'm talking of government schools, Zilla Parishad schools, non-profits, foundations, everyone has been sourcing. So we've allowed access using this platform. And this is a platform which kind of bridges the the donors and the beneficiaries to make access to books. Those are some of our books. We were talking about kind of books, so just to give you a very quick glimpse, you may find wordless books, story cards, read aloud books. You may find different levels of books. You may find flashcards. You may find books which are spotting books. You may find books which are on STEM subjects, which is the science, technology, engineering, maths. We have over 100 titles which really beautifully explain the concepts of science, motion, friction, energy, pollution, and everything is possible through stories. You can teach maths through stories. And like Datta sir said, that if you devote 5 minutes to telling a story before or after the period, I think this classroom will become very engaging. It's just that in our run to close and finish up the curriculum, we don't really engage too much with our children. And there is a lot of material which is available for you to engage. I will try and skip this, but we have, these are various use cases that with the governments, with the Anganwadis, with the government e-libraries, with various Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan projects, how have we really nurtured and used our content in various forms? We've done it in tribal languages, local dialects. There's something, again, like I spoke about, audio stories. This is something we experimented from last year. So we had experimented from last 5 months a model where you can give a missed call to listen to a story for free in English and Hindi. We tried this pilot in 5 states, and you won't believe this, it's been so successful. We've reached to about 50,000 children dialing a missed call and listening to about 300,000 stories. And we've delivered over 1 million minutes of story listening experience for free. I mean, imagine if the government adopts this model, it's purely free. So you have a 24/7 line to listen to stories for free. I've given the number here. If anyone wants to dial and see at a later stage, you may note down the number to listen. There are about 44 stories available in English and Hindi. This is a project we did with Radio Mirchi and Vodafone together. Again, creating access to reading, and I think in the morning Udayanji said about the Dadi Nanis not really available to narrate stories. My grandmother told me wonderful stories, but my mother couldn't. And I'm assuming today's mother is further occupied and has not much time. So I think please use technology to bridge that gap. We run a program called Champions Program. We create reading champions from the communities. Each year during the International Literacy Day, we give out a title and ask the community to read to kids. And we've been doing this from past 5 years. And if you see here, today we have about 6,000 reading champions. This year we did some 6,000 reading sessions. We did it across 27 states and in 13 countries worldwide. This time, every time we offer the book in print language with about 5 and about digital in 10. But if you see here, people translate in their own languages to read to the community in 26 languages. So I think it's all the power and a mixed bag of print and technology, and how do you really put that to a right use is what something like this. We've been doing a very robust outreach program. We are partners to a lot of literature festivals across the country, and I've highlighted 1 or 2 here. Everyone knows about the Jaipur Literature Festival. I think it attracts over 300 speakers from globally world-renowned speakers come. When we met them some 4 or 5 years back before we ventured into this, those people come there for 2 sessions, 3 sessions, and there is a whole lot of children, people who never get an opportunity to visit to the festival. So the outreach was aimed at taking those authors coming for the festival to their schools. And we have hosted authors, illustrators, TV anchors, celebrities, military historians, poets, and all sorts of people. We've taken sports persons, and it is very encouraging for the students. We've taken these to colleges, to schools, and it has really, in a way, we have tried our bit to inculcate that habit of reading, knowing, exploring, expanding your horizon. I think all these things were the, I think Udayanji in the morning spoke about all these things. We are this year going to conduct about 200 such sessions. We are participating in many other festivals. So at Pratham Books, I think we are really trying our bit to provide content in the various possible manners, which is really enough engaging for the child. It is equally engaging for the parent, and it brings newness to the classroom each day. I'm done. Thank you.
Third speaker, Michelle Chawla, to share her experiences with us.
Yeah, hello everyone, I'm Michelle. I'd just like to thank Konkani Bhasha Mandal and Ravindra Bhavan for calling me here. A lot of things have been said, and from all the wonderful and scaled up work that Pratham does all over the country, I'd like to take you to where I live, which is a little village with about 2,500 people. It's in Dahanu Taluka, which is in Palghar in Maharashtra, predominantly an Adivasi area. I'm going to say a couple of things that upset people, because that's why I come all the way. And I'm also going to spend a lot of time talking about education, equity and technology. And you can see the sign there that says it's possible to inculcate reading habits using technology. Unfortunately, with the way things are going, technology is getting a bad name. Right from the morning, I have only heard very nasty things being said about television. You know, when the printing press was introduced in Europe, people were scared. The printing press was one of the main reasons that there was a revolution in Europe. Technology empowers, technology democratizes, technology can also bring equity. So people are scared of technology. And generally what happens because of this fear and this inability to understand what is happening in the society, the bigger, the more powerful, the elite, the corporations and the state take it over. So at Tamron-Tree we believe that just like the air is free to breathe, I am free to breathe the air, I should be free to access knowledge. I should be free to access a good quality education. Unfortunately, this is not the truth for all those 200 million children that Himanshu talked about. And I think all of us sitting here as educators must at the end of the day remember that why are we here? Why are we even talking about technology today? Are we talking about our children, or are we talking about those 200 million children who do not even have the access? I'm talking about not access to schools, because they do have access to schools. So knowledge cannot and should not be commodified. If you keep this in the back of your mind whenever you encounter anything in your life, whether it's your own child schooling system, your whole understanding of education and knowledge will change. Simple example, knowledge is commodified today because of the high amount of fees that you have to pay for a school. You will agree? Some of us went to school in 7 rupees, or we went to school free. Okay, why has knowledge become commodified? Why is education commodified? Why are we not fighting those battles? So please keep this in mind. What we have done therefore is that because we believe that knowledge should be free, just like the air to breathe is free, and education should also, in the sense, be free, our entire model is on open source technologies and open education. Some of these terms require at least a day to understand what is happening, how the corporates are controlling the knowledge, how the internet is also being controlled by 6 corporations in the whole world, and how this so-called democratization of technology is also in a way making us slaves. That much time, so if you can just think, open education is the only way poor countries and countries where there is structural inequity of education have to go. This means that everything needs to be open. The publishing industry needs to be dismantled, the patenting and the health industry needs to be dismantled, and so on and so forth. The software industry has been dismantled, and we are an example of using that world which has been dismantled. So as I said, some of you may not understand, but we are talking about open education and open access, and only then can a reading habit be inculcated. So basically, as I said, there is no access, there is no equity. And how do we actually use the power of digital technology? Organizations like Pratham have done brilliant work, and some of us are their beneficiaries, but what can we do in our own little spaces and our own little ideas? At the end, I'd like to cover comprehension. No one has covered inculcating reading habits when understanding what you read. It's a small component of teaching, but I'll cover it at the end. Okay, so who has access to printed material and books? I live in a taluka which has 3 lakh people. There is not a single bookshop, not a single library, and there's only in the municipal area, 174 villages and 1 municipal area. There's a stationery shop where you can buy SSC textbooks. You will get about like 1 or 2 storybooks in Marathi, Gujarati maybe, near the border. Who has access to these books? Where is the access? An entire taluka of 300,000 people, nobody reads. There is no space to even buy a book, right? So we need to talk about this. I'm not trying to romanticize poverty, but just to give you an example, this is the area I come from. This is one of the boys in our school. When he goes home from where he does all this technology with us, this is his life. There is absolutely no access to technology. Currently, we are doing a food study of that area. That's why I have all these food pictures. This is another girl from our school. Just trying to understand how they are, traversing from this planet. Yeah, so these are just some thoughts. So knowledge should not be owned, should not be bought, and should not be sold, is something that we need to philosophically understand. Now, what have we done in Tamarind Tree? We have 150 tribal children on our campus from the ages of about 4. We've reached age 12, and 90% of them are Wadli children whose first language, mother tongue, is Wadli, and the Zilla Parishad schools are in Marathi. What we feel, the only way to build access in today's world, the only way, is unfortunately through gadgets like this, through some gadgets that are brought to demonstrate, and to use the power of digitization and technology to give that child that right. I don't have a choice. I cannot sit and open for bookshops. I can't publish. With the whiz of a hand in this much, in 5,000 rupees, in even less, I can make 5,000 books accessible to 100 people. So one of the reasons to take to technology, whether you like it or you dislike it, whether you have strong views about it or you don't, is if you want to give access to your children, you have to understand technology. And you have to adapt to it, you have to understand it, and you have to be empowered by it and not disempowered and helpless. We constantly hear, but my child is on the phone the whole day, he's only playing video games. Misuse of technology is a problem of the society that can be countered. You cannot throw the baby out with the bathwater. The potential benefits of democratization of the internet, the potential benefits of the open source movement are phenomenal. We cannot sit with blinkers on our head and speak in the past. So what we've done to go back is that we have a model where a young child comes in when he's 4 and he interacts with open source gamified software. So alphabets fall, there's maths happening, there's science, there's lots of storytelling. I mean, there are teachers. They do also a lot of other free play and all the normal stuff that you do in a kindergarten. But the child has started interacting with a screen. The screen is providing her or him stimulation. You saw the unstimulated environment that the child is coming from. Please keep that environment in mind. The screen is very attractive. There are things happening, alphabets are falling, things are being said. He may have a headphone. And slowly the child grows up to about 6 or 7, where he is then or she is then put on a learning management system. The learning management system is an open source platform where teachers can create courses digitally. So what we do is from grade 1 to 7, we take the NCERT textbooks based on the National Curriculum Framework, and I'd just really like to add that the National Curriculum Framework is a visionary document. Many of the textbooks are excellent, there is no problem with them, but we do not distribute one textbook per child. We use the textbook as a reference point and digitize the content as per our needs. So if we find a Pratham story to be better, we replace that content with what the child might like. So in terms of the learning outcomes, we have the NCERT outcomes in place. So the child is learning through digitization. So what happens, the child can write a blog, she can answer a quiz, she can pass comments on images just like you and me pass comments in Facebook. Okay, without being in the open internet world. This is a safe, secure environment guided by mentors. They are not out there in the internet. So some of the assignments we have is we put a series of 10 images. The child has to look at the image and pass a comment. Now for a first generation tribal learner to even write, to even like, I like the food is a phenomenal satisfaction for us because she or she writes looking at an image. Can we not learn and teach in the same way that we are learning and teaching today? Most of you are on your phone since the morning. No one can leave this gadget. Is that a yes or a no? You may be just doing WhatsApp, or you may be, but the limitation with which you are operating is your problem. You can do much, much more with this. So if you are commenting on an Instagram post, or you are tweeting, or you are doing Facebook, cannot the child also learn in the same way? Why this hierarchy between how children learn and how I learn? Why? The reason some of us can do this is because we spend so much time on the screen learning these ideas. So there's lots of things, but yeah, so the global open source movement has tremendously increased. I'm not saying this, it's a movement called OERs, where schools, colleges, governments, institutions take pledges that we will use only material in the open educational resource space. A YouTube video is not an OER. Google is not an OER. We do not use the Google search engine in our campus. We use something called DuckDuckGo, which you can search and you can have a look. So it's an entire philosophical way of looking at it. Our classrooms are run one-on-one. We teach computer coding and animation. And just to share with Mr. Nayak, children create animated stories with or without text. So the world he was talking about, how the visual should be. The entire domain of children and literature has changed with technology. The way a child can produce content, the way an author can produce content, the way you can present it. Earlier education was one-to-one. Only the priests would have all this knowledge and they would give it to the people. Then it became one-to-many, where there was things like mainstream media, you have a Lok Satta, you have a Times of India. Today, knowledge is many-to-many. I am standing here from an insignificant village somewhere in India. I am able to share this knowledge with you because of the power of technology, because of democratization of the internet. A child today, a child from my school is coding and doing animation like a child from America. And he or she is a first generation learner. So we need to think about all this, the language of the digital world. What is an algorithm? How does an algorithm work? What is a computer program? How does a video game work on my phone? Why don't we make video games? Which is what we do at our school. So when we enter the school, we tell the teachers, what are you going to learn today? Not what are you going to teach. What are you going to learn? Then we will talk about reading habits. So I'm sorry, I'm not sticking to the topic, but I'm getting to the topic. So these are just some of our ideas. Now the main focus of this discussion is what have we done? How do we then bring books to so many children? So I have I have on the table there two little gadgets which Sneha is going to point you. The black box is a single board computer. It's in open source hardware. So when you buy a Dell laptop, or you buy a Toshiba laptop, or you buy Samsung, that hardware is closed. So when you say open and closed, just very quickly, closed is when the code of that software, or the code of say making this sari is hidden with a person. So for instance, Microsoft Windows is a closed software. Whereas Linux is an open source hardware. I can modify it, adapt it, just like Remanchu said, retell it, reframe it, change it. So it's like my mother gave me a food recipe and I now want to use broccoli in it instead of cauliflower. So I modify the recipe and make it relevant. That is open source. Open source is freedom, not freedom as in free lunch, like free in terms of money, but freedom to change, to adapt. So that's something called the Raspberry Pi. It currently hosts about 2,000 books for our school. You connect it to the router. Many of you will have this router in your house. So you connect it to the router. And this is how a library can look. I'm going to show you a live library. If you can go on your phones and just check if you're getting something called Tamarind Tree Library in a Wi-Fi signal. If you can just check the Wi-Fi signals and you can just raise your hand so we know that in this room, all of you right now, this very minute, if you have an EPUB reader, you could be reading from 2,000 books in Marathi, Hindi, Gujarati. Technology is language neutral. Technology wants you to read. It doesn't mind whether you read in Konkani or Marathi or English. So I'm going to show you how you can do that. Just see if you're getting the Signal Tamarind Tree Library and just raise your hands. So I have brought you, some of you know the router, it must be there in your home. None of us on our campus are technically trained or been to any technical college. Okay, so that means that you are receiving the signal of the library. This is how the library will look, and you can see it's hosted again. There's 1800 and 1 second. So, how much time do I have? So this is the library of the school. You can see, you can see 1900 books are hosted. We are using only books in the Creative Commons domain, things like Project Gutenberg, Internet.archive. So if you have to read a book on your phone, and you can do this later, you can talk to me outside, you need an EPUB reader, which you can download from Play Store. You can use Lithium, you'll get a series of EPUB readers. And when you say get, you'll be able to open the book on your phone or open the book on your tab. So if everyone should not do it right now because it's a very small router, you can do it afterwards. Yeah, so this is how the book, this is a Pratham book, this is how the book looks. The same book can be read multiple, hundreds of times by the same kids, by different kids. If you are technically savvy, you can beam it to your whole village. A whole village can read 2000 books at one time. You can read, different children can read different books. So this is an interface, you would have maybe experienced it, it's called EPUB. So I want to go back to the presentation. Yeah, so this is a small experiment. As I said, it's completely be done. This is how it works. You need to download an EPUB reader from Play Store. You can do it later and meet me. And if you want to just try it out right now, if you have a browser like Chrome, you type 192.168.1.223:8080. You should be able to access what I access. This is how our children access the library. They can be, in the morning they're supposed to read some of the news. Later on in the day, they have to compulsorily spend 20 minutes or so. Another very important aspect that I really want to cover, and I'm going fast, I have many ideas, is that one of the really critical ways we have managed to achieve or inculcate reading habits in tribal children, for whom English is very alien and we predominantly teach in English, is to get them to create. And the open source world says that knowledge is about collaborative creation. I have knowledge in me, you have knowledge in you, we have knowledge in the space together. We will create the kind of content, the literature or the material that we need to teach each other. This is the fundamental premise why we have opted for open source. And unfortunately, Mr. Vajpayee stole my words in the morning, but we need to become producers of our own knowledge and not consumers of it. And the only way to become producers is to join the open source movement. So like for instance in Storyweaver, there's another website called openstorybook.com. You log in a child as young as 4 and he or she can write his own storybook. I am a girl, I like to eat chocolate, my mother was, they can write anyhow, they can draw, they can paint, there are different tools. While they are articulating their thoughts, they can draw. And at the end of this exercise, the book gets published on that site and you can embed it or link it and you can share it. So if 10 children in a class make their own content, which will be English, will be wrong, they'll put whatever they like, and then they read each other's content, it helps in empowering yourself to say that I can also write, I can read, I can make my own, and this is also reading. I don't have to necessarily read what someone else has written. I must, I should, and we encourage that as well. But one of the ways, the things that we have been successful is that children have to also write, and the digital technology empowers a child to become a publisher at 5 years old. And publish whatever you like, and just share it within your community of teachers, maybe you show the parent. So we do this across, whether it's creating an animation, whether it's creating a video game, whether it's reading. Let us empower ourselves to learn and teach the way we want to learn and teach with the content that we develop. We live in a beautiful village, there is a river, there are trees, there is a sarpanch, there is geography, there is history, there is, lands, there is everything there. Why do we need a textbook? We need a textbook just to understand what the government is saying in terms of learning outcomes. By what age? Even then, we are unable to stick to the deadlines because children are not going to learn at the pace the government expects them. Can we not use this technology? So I have only 2 minutes left. I'd really be happy to have more interactive session. If anybody would like to see the e-library and how this is playing out and how we have actually set up all this, then I'm happy to share. A couple of last words. Yeah, one last very, very important, which no one covered in the entire session. The vachata hai pan kadte kai nahi. There is no point if you establish reading fluency and शाळांमध्ये सगळे वाचत आहे. So what we do, we keep calling children from other schools and we give them Marathi book and we test. आणि कळते काय नाही. सो लँग्वेज अँड रिडिंग इज अ कल्चरल ट्रान्सफॉर्मेशन. When I say technology, I'm transferring a world view. I'm not transferring the meaning of technology in Oxford Dictionary. What you understand technology and what I understand are totally different. When the child is reading, that it's not, language is not a language, it's a world view, it's an idea. When I stand here saying tribal and technology, something is coming in your mind like, oh my god. When I'm saying every word has a worldview with it. With what worldview are we inculcating the reading habit? If they don't comprehend, so there's nothing to do. One last strategy we use in our school, we make the child read a Pratham book, and then verbally the child has to explain the book in any language. The child reads in English, explains back in Marathi, Gujarati or Warli, compulsory, or now the child's English is already very good, they explain back. Verbal comprehension of every word is compulsory on our campus, otherwise we don't know why. कडला नाही तर परत वाचायचं आहे. There is no other choice. This kind of time has to be given to inculcate reading habits in children who do not have access or in children who are distracted with the wrong use of technology. So these were just two more things that I had to say.